Debbie Nauru-Wapaka.
Tēnā koe te pika. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by all his government's policies and actions?
Yes.
Now, can I just make a point? I'm not going to stop the questions, but when you ask a question like that, stand by all his government's policies and actions, he says yes. How many more questions can there be? So I think we just need to all think a little bit about question time and its purpose. But Debbie Nauru-Wapaka.
Okay, am I still carrying on? Thank you. What opportunity will the public be given to weigh in on projects that will be approved in their community as a result of the FastTrack approvals bill?
Great fast-track process. It's designed to get things built in this country, but a key component of it is an independent expert panel that will weigh up considerations both economically, environmentally and socially and inform ministers.
Supplementary. How can the public have confidence in this government's cabinet overseeing the decisions of the 100 projects in the fast-track approvals bill when ministers are not disclosing their conflicts of interest?
Oh, here we go.
Well, there are no projects that have been approved.
Supplementary. What actions will the Prime Minister take to ensure that his cabinet ministers will adhere to the cabinet manual around the conflict of interests, if given, for the fast-track approvals bill?
We have well-established processes on managing perceived or real conflicts of interest, but again, we make no apologies about introducing fast-track legislation. It is important that we get things done in this country. We are over the talk and discussion. We need to get things built.
Supplementary. Has the Prime Minister got any register of current conflicts of interest before the beginning of the fast-track approvals bill, as it hits the Select Committee or after the Select Committee process?
Again, what we have well-established processes for managing ministerial conflicts of interest, the Cabinet Office administers, but again, we have not yet got a full set of projects. We haven't got any projects approved yet. That's the point of introducing this legislation, so we can get some projects approved and done and building.
Somebody question, Mr. Speaker.
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, sorry, point of order. Mr. Speaker, that
Point of order.
questioner said that ministers are not disclosing conflicts of interest. Now, sir, that is a very serious allegation.
Yeah.
There's not one shred of evidence to back it up, no proof whatsoever, just an insinuation of deceit by parliamentarians in this House. That, sir, is not acceptable into standing orders. It's going to lead to serious disorder and a few home troops if she goes any further down that track.
Point of order,
Standing orders refer to dishonourable allegations made against members. I can't remember the number. Debbie Nauru-Wapaka, did you want a point of order?
Point of order.
Point of order.
At no time did I make any allegation. I was seeking clarity of process, but I do seek guidance on your ruling, and I'm quite happy for Hansard to be checked. I think the Pāti Māori needs to deserve to clear their name if we've been alleged of making some gross untruth.
Oh, good. Well, I'll have a look at Hansard and come back to you. Do you have another
Supplementary. What is the response to the Waitangi Tribunal's urgent on his government's plan to repeal 7AA from the Oranga Tamariki Act released yesterday, which stated it would cause actual harm to vulnerable children?
Our government is going to make sure that the well-being of children comes first, but that issue is before the courts and it's inappropriate for me to comment.
Supplementary. Does he agree with Tama Pōtaka on July 26, 2023 regarding the repeal of Section AA that, quote, it would be contradictory of us to dismiss the provision entirely, which is intended to be a genuine option to address and meet the best interests of the child in state care, unquote?
Again, this government is focusing on making sure the well-being of a child comes first and foremost is the important thing that we have to do. But this matter is before the courts and I won't be commenting any further on it.
A supplementary. Does he agree with Harete Hipango in July 23 regarding Section 7A that, quote, if the National Party gets into government, we would not be repealing it, and if so, what has changed since then?
We are going to make sure that we prioritise the welfare of our most vulnerable children so they end up in loving homes. That is job number one. But I will not be making any further comments given that this is under appeal through the courts this week.